This is what it all comes down to, folks. A decisive winner-take-all Game 5 of the IBL quarterfinals between the visiting Toronto Maple Leafs and the defending IBL champion Barrie Baycats here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Welcome in, folks. I'm Julius Hern. She's Maddie Gale. We have not seen this kind of baseball in a long time at Athletic Kulture Stadium, this kind of high-stakes baseball. The Barrie Baycats getting a big win to tie the series last night at Christie Pitts. It was really the offense getting things going and kind of a monkey off their back for the team.
Yeah, it was a big win for the Baycats last night at Christie Pitts. Hernandez brothers were some of the leading contributors in last night's game, going 4 for 9 collectively. It's a big difference compared to last season when we saw 14 runs in Game 1 against Toronto, and now this season, in this series, there's 14 runs in total.
So, yeah, big run support. It was a big kind of theme. Not getting enough for Frank Garces early on, but really getting it last night. Meanwhile, for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're facing Juan Benitez, and it's really been the long ball. A lot of home runs for these Toronto Maple Leafs. Each of their last 6 runs as a team have been coming off the long ball.
Yeah, the Leafs have some big hitters when we look at Luca Boscarino. He got the first home run of the series against starting pitcher tonight, Juan Benitez, in Game 3. And then we also have Justin Mara, who's got 3 home runs in this series so far. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. In Game 2, he got the home run that decided the fate of the game.
We have not seen a decisive winner-take-all for the Barrie Baycats in 10 years. The last time was the IBL semifinals at Game 7 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We'll have the starting pitchers and the starting lineups when we return.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 11, Brendan Hernandez. Batting third, the second baseman, number 0, Francisco Hernandez. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 20, Nolan Macabrota. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 6, Tristan Clark. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 28, Noah Hall. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 26, Adam Ahmad. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 29, Andrew Johnston. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 43, Clayton Keys. On the mound for your Barrie Baycats, number 30, Juan Benitez. Here are the umpires for tonight's game. Calling the balls and strikes, Ryan Hern. At first base, Jeff Rose. At second base, Scott Costello. And at third base, Ryan Jackson. Fans, at this time, we ask if you please rise if you are able and kindly remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Only game on in the IBL this evening, and a lot of teams and a lot of staff, a lot of players watching this game very closely to determine their fate for the rest of the IBL playoffs. Let's give you the starting lineup for the visiting Toronto Maple Leafs, managed by Rob Butler. Leading off, the third baseman is Ryan Dos Santos. The designated hitter, John Javier, bats second. Jordan Castaldo, former Baycat, bats third, playing first base. Marcus Connect hit a home run in last night's game off Frank Garces. He's the right fielder in the cleanup spot. Justin Morrow, the catcher, as we mentioned in the open, 3 homers. He bats fifth. Luca Boscarino moves up from the 9th spot to the 6th spot in left field. Dennis Day Banning, the center fielder, batting 7th. Spencer Ross, the shortstop, in the 8th spot, and Dan Mara will close it out in the 9th spot against Juan Benitez.
The last game that Juan Benitez started in this series was Game 2, where Toronto took 11-3 win. Tonight it is a little bit of a different dynamic. He has Andrew Johnson behind the plate catching for him, so I'm interested to see how this changeup's going to affect Juan Benitez's performance tonight.
A little bit of growing pains for Andrew Johnston last night, first time catching Frank Garces, but they worked it out in those marvelous 8 innings from the Dominican left-hander. And talking with Juan Benitez after the game last night, knowing this pair is much more confident this time around in a do-or-die Game 5.
Yeah, it feels like they've grown good chemistry together, and they play well together. It's nice to see.
Johnston obviously taking over the starting catching duties after Tyler Plumpton hit by a pitch by Franklin Hernandez in Game 2, and trying to swing the bat a little bit in batting practice to see if maybe he could be a pinch-hitting option, but yet to see if that might work out later on in the game. He was saying hopefully he doesn't have to come on in that situation. Hopefully the guys ahead of him can get the hits going.
He does seem like a confident player, though. I think if it does come down to it, that's something he can do.
This Baycats lineup looking very similar. We'll get to that after the top of the first inning. This Maple Leafs team obviously still very confident despite the loss last night. We mentioned the long ball is really playing a part of it. Solo home run by Justin Mara, a 2-run shot by Marcus Connect, the only scoring from the Toronto Maple Leafs last night at Christie Pitts. As we're going to get things going, Ryan Dos Santos will step in to lead it off.
Leading off the first for the Maple Leafs, the third baseman, number 8, Ryan Dos Santos.
Dos Santos led off the game yesterday with a walk off Frank Garces, and some players from the Baycats calling him Mr. Walk. Obviously set the IBL single season record this year for free passes. First pitch from Juan Benitez is a called strike at 7:39. Game time temperature 17 degrees, a few clouds in the sky, but otherwise a beautiful evening for baseball. Fouled away, it's 0-2. Again, just like last night, 0-2 count to start off Dos Santos, but we've seen it all in this series as he's able to work an 0-2 count into a walk. Benitez, called strike 3! First K of the game for Juan Benitez. It's brought to you by IMP North.
Yeah, a bit of a different start here than what we saw Game 2 when he started, so it's nice to see.
So one out here, John Javier will step in. Really ravaged the Baycats offensively, but held relatively silent last night in Game 4. First pitch from Benitez, a called strike. And you know when Benitez gets those first pitch strikes going early on, that builds a confidence that he usually doesn't let go of. That went away. Javier 0 for 4 in last night's game, but still hitting .375 on the series. Long look in here from Benitez. Winds and deals. On the ground, foul, third base side.
I feel like the past few games we've seen against these teams in this series, it has been a bit of a slower start up until the third inning. So it'll be interesting to see if tonight's a similar situation.
Juan Benitez struck out each of the first 4 batters he faced at Christie Pitts in last night's game. Time is called. Both teams got the scoring early, going early, pardon me, in this starting pitching matchup in game 2. 1-2 pitch is up high. Javier having to really stretch out of the way of that pitch. Both teams with runs in the first inning in game 2 at Christie Pitts, but it was Toronto who just kept their foot on the gas pedal in an eventual 11-3 win. Fans behind a 2-2. Poach up the middle. Just misses Benitez's glove. Picked by Hernandez on to first in time for out number 2. So we'll give you the defense here for the Barrie Baycats.
In left field, we have Tristan Clark. Center field, we have Noel McGarry Doyle. In right field, we have Clayton Keys. Third base, Adam Odd. Shortstop, Brandon Hernandez. Second base, Francisco Hernandez. In first base, we have Nolan Macabroda. And then catching, we have Andrew Johnson. So quite a similar lineup in the starting rotation that we've seen in the past few games.
Seen the same starting 9, whether it's in different order, but throughout the entire series, same 9 players for each team as Castaldo sees the first pitch strike. Oh, 1 from Benitez, fouled away to the screen. Castaldo struck out each of the first 3 times he faced Juan Benitez. You can tell he was getting more and more frustrated as that game was going on. Oh, 2 from Benitez. It's down low. And Castaldo 0 for 3, had a walk, eventually scored a run, but a measly 167 average on the series so far. 1-2. That one's up high. We mentioned it with Ryan Dos Santos, but Jordan Castaldo, another walk machine, the way he's able to work negative counts into positive counts. Here's a 2-2. Up and away. Count is full. Benitez already set. Castaldo sets back in. Delivery from Benitez. Fouled away. A really nice crowd here at Athletic Kulture Stadium for Game 5.
Yeah, sea of red.
Yeah, they
red
tried
jersey
the red
night
out.
tonight.
Did the throwback Thursday jerseys on a Wednesday. Three-two pitch. Foul off of Johnson's mask. Castaldo just stays alive. You see Castaldo early trying to take the rhythm out of Juan Benitez, peppering Toronto hitters with those first pitch strikes. Here's a 3-2. That one's flying into left field, slicing foul, and it will land there, rolling towards the Toronto bullpen. We will do it again.
Tristan Clark going on a bit of a run for that.
Castaldo, the former Baycat, steps in. Another 3-2 from Benitez. Got him looking! Castaldo can't believe it. Benitez cruises through the first inning. It's brought to you by IMP North. Baycats turn here in the first inning when we return on Baycats TV.
I'm Christy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
And the first inning is sponsored by Park Place, Barrie's Grand Slam destination for dining, shopping, and fun. See you after the game.
Barrie Baycats half of the first inning. Let's give you their starting lineup. It's Noel McGarry-Doyle, the center fielder, leading off. Brandon Hernandez, the shortstop, and Francisco Hernandez, the second baseman, batting second and third respectively. Nolan Macabroda back in the cleanup spot. Tristan Clark, the left fielder, batting fifth. Noah Hall, the DH, really struggling lately, back in that number 6 spot. Adam Ahn, the third baseman, batting seventh. Andrew Johnston back in the number 8 spot. And Clayton Keys will round things out in right field, the number 9 spot, against Franklin Hernandez.
Franklin Hernandez has started pitching for 3 games against Barrie this season with 2 wins and 1 loss. And that last win that he was pitching was Game 3 of the playoffs.
Had a quality start at Christie Pitts in Game 2, 6 innings. Only allowing 3 earned runs and ended up getting that win over Juan Benitez. Our umpires for this evening's Game 4 in this Game 5. Ryan Herron's the home plate umpire. Jeff Rose at first. Scott Costello at second. And Ryan Jackson at third. As mentioned, Barrie got things going early against Franklin Hernandez with a run in the first inning in Game 2. Trying to do the same here, and it was the top of the order that got things going. First pitch from Hernandez, a cut and miss from Noel McGarry-Doyle. Seems like the crowd's kept building here throughout the first inning. A very vocal crowd at that here in Barrie. 0-1 is in the dirt.
I know, it is an interesting night. I feel like Wednesday game nights, it's the middle of the week, getting off work, strolling in a bit late here.
And you might think it's a Thursday with the Baycats wearing the red alternates, but trying to do the red out here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. The 1-1. There's a drive into center field. Dave Banning has to come in quickly, and he'll let it drop in front of him. A leadoff single for Noel McGarry-Doyle as we give you the defense here for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
In left field, we have Luca Boscarino. In center field, we have Dennis DeBanning. In right field, we have Marcus Connect. Third base, Ryan DeSantos. Shortstop, Spencer Ross. Second base, Dan Mara. First base, Jordan Castaldo. And then catching, we have Justin Mara.
Noel McGarry-Doyle had faced Franklin Hernandez more than any other player in the Baycats roster in his career. Before that, 1 for 7. And the most other than him is this man, Brandon Hernandez, the number 2 hitter. DeSantos at third, still playing shallow as he was in that first at-bat. Runner goes. The throw down from Mara is away from the bag, and McGarry-Doyle's in safely with a stolen base.
I feel like that's a bit of an interesting duo there. Noel McGarry-Doyle is so fast, and then Mara is just such a good catcher, so.
Brandon Hernandez doubled in Game 2 off of Franklin Hernandez. Lead from McGarry-Doyle at second. That one's in the left field, a base hit. And getting the stop sign at third is McGarry-Doyle. A nice throw in there from Luca Boscarino. But it puts pressure on Franklin Hernandez early. Runners on the corners, nobody out.
The second baseman, number 0, Francisco Hernandez.
So Brandon Hernandez doing what he does best, going the other way, taking advantage of a little bit of a shift. Baycats threatening early. This is exactly what manager Josh Matlow wanted. Get runs early and often. First pitch to Francisco Hernandez is a called strike.
I feel like looking at some of the earlier games this season, it is when Barrie starts it off hot like that, that's when they bring the most and the best momentum coming into all innings.
Brandon Hernandez the lead. At first, he goes. The pitch is in the dirt. The throw down to second is not in time. Diving in safely is Hernandez. McGarry-Doyle sticking around at third, so 2 in scoring position now with nobody out.
It's a hot game so far to be stealing second base.
Second stolen base of the postseason for Brandon Hernandez in a perfect RBI situation for his brother. Hernandez to Hernandez. In play, popped up second base. It's Dan Mara making the easy catch for the first out of the inning.
The first baseman, number 20, Nolan Macabrota.
Nolan Macabrota was 0 for 12 heading into last night's game. Finally went 1 for 3, got the monkey off his back personally. And hitting in that number 4 spot, you know he's going to be a key cog in this Barrie offense. One out. Brennan Hernandez at second. Noel McGarry Doyle at third. Pitch from Franklin Hernandez is up and away. McGarry Doyle really testing that peripheral vision of Justin Mara with that secondary lead.
Trying to throw him off his game a little bit.
1-0. On the ground, first base side, up high. Castaldo has to go to the bag. A run scores. Barrie on the board first. It's 1-0.
The left fielder, number 6, Tristan Clark.
RBI ground out for Nolan Macabrota. Brings up second on the team in RBI in the regular season, Tristan Clark. Had a home run against Hernandez the first time he faced him in the regular season. First pitch, breaking ball outside. Hernandez at third. Hernandez for Toronto sets and deals. Just catches the outside part of the plate.
And Clark is that player that when he's on, he's hitting it far. There's no other option.
It's kind of been the silent leader on this team, you could say, for most of the season. Leads by example, that's for sure. 1-1. Cut on and missed. Last time Franklin Hernandez pitched here, it was not a great outing for him, only 1 1/3. Ended up taking the loss, a 20-4 Baycats win. 1-2, that one's into left field, a base hit for Tristan Clark. Hernandez scores, Baycats up 2-0, and the celebration there from Tristan Clark trying to get the dugout fired up.
And this is what the Baycats wanted. Like Josh Matlow was saying, it's nice to have stuff on the board in the first inning. That's where you want to go coming into the other innings.
We told Ben, Davy, and I before last year's playoffs, leads early and often. Getting an early lead so key for Barrie. You know, that's only going to add confidence to Juan Benitez back on the mound the rest of his outing. This is Noah Hall, 0 for 5 in yesterday's game. He fouls that one away.
When I talked to him coming into his DH spot, he was really excited, but it seems the last few games kind of took a hit on him. He was very visibly upset last night after Christy Pitts, but he said this is going to be his game.
He knows how to lock in, that's for sure. Had a little bit of nice success early on in the series, but a real rough stretch personally. Runner goes. The throw down from Mara is going to be not in time. What a slide from Tristan Clark. Almost swimming around the tag there from Spencer Ross. Barrie base runners putting the pressure on early. Don't see that a whole lot from Tristan Clark.
Yeah, I definitely was not expecting that.
So now a runner in scoring position again. This one here for Noah Hall, but he faces an 0-2 count against Franklin Hernandez. The 0-2 pitch. Appeal down to third. He didn't go. Just missed outside. And yeah, back continues for Noah Hall. Talk about how much Noah Hall's really been struggling lately. He seems to be the most frustrated out of anyone on this Baycats team.
Yeah,
even after last night.
And I feel like that's very different from what we saw earlier on in the season. Now that it's like do or die, it's really getting in his head, I feel like.
On the ground, first base side, foul. Tristan Clark just had 1 stolen base in the regular season. So definitely a rare stolen bag for him. Wasn't caught either in the regular season, so 1 for 1. Hernandez pitch, cut out and missed by Hull. The tag to complete the strikeout. But Barrie is on the board first. There's still the argument here from Josh Matlow arguing they didn't tag Noah Hull going down the first base line.
We can see Ryan Rio upset about that call too as well.
Noah Hall's going to stay on first and Tristan Clark on third respectively. The argument still coming here from Josh Matlow, Brad Grievous, and Ryan Rio even out of the dugout as well.
A special thank you to the following businesses for their contribution to these great prizes. Nathan's Family Auto Care, Barrie Goldfire.
The umpires will come together. We'll take a short break. We'll be back potentially with the second inning of play when we return on Baycats TV.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Top of the second inning, Barrie has gotten Juan Benitez some early run support, up 2-0 here in a winner-take-all Game 5 against the visiting Toronto Maple Leafs. Marcus Connect, the cleanup hitter, will lead it off here for Toronto. Couple home runs in this series, including one last night off of Frank Garces in that 8th inning. First pitch from Benitez, just inside. And Connect was telling me before the game, Garces was not giving him anything he wanted to hit late in that game, but it was just one that was elevated that took a swing at and drove it into deep right center field. And at the time, made it a 2-run ball game.
Yeah, that ended up being a really far shot for him.
1-1. Drives that one out to right center field. That's in the gap, and it's going to be over the head of Clayton Keys and off the wall. Picked up by Keys, cut off by Francisco Hernandez. It's a leadoff double for Marcus Connect.
Number 9, Justin Mara.
So right on cue there for the former Toronto Blue Jays draft pick. Going the other way in that right center field gap. Setting up this man, Justin Mara, as we mentioned to open the broadcast. 3 homers in this series so far. He only had 5 in the regular season. First pitch from Benitez, called a strike. Justin Mara, 6 for 21 in his career against Benitez with 5 walks in 8 games. That one just catches the zone. It's 0-2.
Well, 3 home runs so far in this series. Maybe he's just waiting out for the perfect pitch.
He was telling me before the game that, it's a working man's league. It's the IBL, but everyone looks forward to every playoff game. You get off work, and it's the thing you're looking forward to the most in that day. He drives that one the other way out to left field, but Tristan Clark is there and makes the catch for out number 1.
Well, 100%, especially games like tonight where it truthfully is make or break for either team. Puts a little extra pep in your step at work.
So 1 out, bring up Luca Boscarino, as we mentioned, moving up from the number 9 spot to the 6th spot in the order. Marcus Knacht at second base after that leadoff double. First pitch from Benitez, that's a called strike. So if Barrie ends up the victor in this game, they will play the Hamilton Cardinals in the semifinals. Meanwhile, if the Maple Leafs come back and win this one, they will play the Welland Jackfish in the semifinals. 1-1 now. So if Barrie wins, it'll be Baycats Cardinals and Jackfish Royals in the semifinals. A Leafs win will be Toronto Welland, Guelph Hamilton. 1-1. That one's away.
And truthfully, either of those matchups I would be so interested to see in a playoff series.
Because it feels like, as we've talked about on this broadcast before, Guelph, not a true 6 seed, right? They've looked absolutely dominant, especially in that series against London, a clean sweep. So whoever they play is going to be in for a tough showing. Swing and miss from Boscarino. It's 2-2. Out ahead of that off-speed pitch. Fans clapping. A 2-2 from Benitez. Breaking ball, call a strike. Boscarino goes down looking. It's brought to you by IMP North. That's strikeout number 3 already for Juan Benitez.
Yeah, a bit of a different tune than we saw from Juan Benitez last time he started pitching in this series.
And all 3 strikeouts looking. His command, at least so far, is on tonight, that's for sure. Fresh count here for Dennis Day-Banning, the center fielder. Fouls that one off towards the Baycats dugout. Turn your mic off for a second. Day-Banning really struggled in the last few games, but he was kind of the hero the first couple of times these two teams played in Barrie, at least in the regular season. Both in extra innings, there's Day-Banning with game-winning RBI. 0-1 in the dirt, blocked by Johnston.
He's such a confident player, too. Like, you see it when he's in the outfield, and then you see it when he's behind the base. He knows what he's doing.
Not afraid to really start some fireworks, that's for sure. And we saw that in kind of both those games. And time is called, I believe, by Day-Banning, who resets. Benitez comes set. The lead by Knacht at second. The pitch is outside and picked again by Johnston.
Everybody clap your hands.
Spencer Ross awaits on deck if Day-Banning can reach. Benitez comes set. 2-1 pitch is away. Similar to that last pitch he threw, and Dave Banning's worked this count to 3-1. Dave Banning 0 for 4 yesterday, 133 average for the series. (3-1). Caught on and missed by Dave Banning. Works the count full.
Like you said, he loves to start the fireworks. I always get nervous when I see him get a single or walk to first because there's always some words exchanged between the Baycat bench and him.
3-2 from Benitez. Swing and a miss. Dave Banning goes down on strikes. 4 Ks for Benitez, brought to you by IMP North. Through 2 innings of work, we go to the bottom of the second. Baycats trying to add on. You're watching Baycats TV.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
And the second inning is sponsored by JC Unlimited Contracting. Design, supply, build, renovate, servicing Simcoe region for over a decade.
Julius Hern, Manny Gale, our entire Baycats TV crew with you. Ben Davy on PA this evening, taking over for Rob Daniels for this Game 5. Bottom third of the order for Barrie coming up, trying to add on after a 2-run first against Franklin Hernandez. Had him on to lead it off, Andrew Johnston, then Clayton Keys. Again, Ryan Dos Santos, third baseman, playing quite shallow at third ahead of that turf. Fly ball, first pitch off the bat of Adam Ahn. Foul territory, Jordan Castaldo will watch it sail into the bleachers.
He wanted that one.
It bounces right back onto the field. A growing crowd here at Athletic Kulture Stadium.
Yeah, almost running out of bleacher space here at.
It's going to become standing room only at
yeah,
this point.
I think so.
A lot of Toronto fans on the left side, as expected. They've had a really nice contingent the first 2 home games for Barrie in this series.
Which was also nice to see last night at Christie Pitts. There was a lot of Baycats fans there.
It's the closest matchup in the IBL, at least in the playoffs this year. That one called a strike and a breaking ball to Adam Ahn. It's 1-2. He obviously didn't like the call.
I think it is getting quite frustrating for Adam Ahn. Like he was telling us at the beginning of the playoff, he came into it sick and he wasn't feeling his best yet. And I think that kind of hindered his performance on the first few of the playoff games.
He was kind of getting over a bit of a summer cold, but
yeah.
nothing like you really should worry about baseball-wise. 1-2, he fouls it away. Adamon 0 for 3 in his career with a walk and a strikeout against Franklin Hernandez. That strikeout was back in 2022 when Hernandez was a closer for the Leafs. 1-2, fouled away, just got a piece of it. Whole Baycats dugout already standing. First batter here of that second inning. 1-2 in the dirt.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be sitting this game on the Baycats side. They look pretty ready for a win. Hoping for one.
Pitch spiked by Hernandez there. Adamon's worked the count 2-2. Stands up in the batter's box. 2-2 on the ground up the middle. Tough play to his left for Spencer Ross, but makes it look easy for out number 1.
The catcher, number 29, Andrew Johnston.
So Andrew Johnston steps in. Obviously, we mentioned didn't start the series as the starting catcher for Barrie, but with the injury to Tyler Plumpton, hit by a pitch on Friday. Wrist still a bit sore and impact really hurting him there, but Johnston stepped in nicely. And sees that one just outside.
It is nice to see, too. Johnston is a younger player, and when a lot of the other guys went back to school, roster got a bit shorter, he's been one that's been with the team.
And he's now going to school at the University of Guelph, so he's in the province here for the playoff run. 1-0 hits him. Breaking ball out of the hand of Franklin Hernandez. He is obviously not happy about the way that pitch was released, and Barrie has a base runner for Clayton Keys.
I feel like Keys is another player who you can really tell he wants it. When he doesn't perform his best, he gets super frustrated, and you just want the best for him.
He wears his emotions on his sleeve, that's for sure. And he swings right through that pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Justin Mara. Keys went 1 for 4, and a couple of really nice batted balls off of Hernandez in game 2. Here's the 0-1. He takes that one right down the middle.
I feel like every time I look down, people are still coming in the door more and more.
It's a can't-miss game here in the Barrie area, and even for those coming up from the GTA. Greatest stakes you can get, winner take all. And Keys takes that pitch in the dirt. Keys the lowest batting average on the roster right now for Barrie in the playoffs so far. 083 through 4 games. Johnston at first. Takes his secondary lead. A breaking ball blocked by Mara. It's 2-2. Matty, you were saying, Keys wears his emotions on his sleeve. Maybe that frustration coming out in the swings he's taking. You see a lot of those, kind of home run cuts.
I think so.
Hernandez in the 2-2. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. Keys knew it. Backwards K on his score line. There's 2 down.
I will say, though, that when he does use his emotion to hit the ball, he can hit it pretty hard, but he just can't let that get in the way of his performance.
So back to the top of the order with Noel McGarry Doyle. Got things going with a hit in the first inning. First pitch is up high.
Bit of a fun little thing I didn't even tell you yet, Julius. A few of my friends work at restaurants in Toronto, and they've been told to have the game on the screen.
Ooh, I love that.
So we might have some.
We got a lot of reach this evening.
Yeah.
I hear the viewer count going up and up. As McGarry Doyle flies that one left side, it's going to land foul, bounce into the Toronto bullpen. Yeah, a lot of people, as I mentioned, from around the league watching to see how this game pans out, because it can decide the fate of all three of the other teams that have advanced so far in the postseason.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how many people from each different team are watching to see who they end up facing next.
One inside. A nice take there from McGarry Doyle. As I mistakenly mentioned a couple other broadcasts, it's not a bracket. The postseason does reseed in the semifinals. So obviously the number 1 seed Welland Jackfish moving on. A clean sweep of the Kitchener Panthers. Throw over to first, and diving back in safely is Andrew Johnston. Barrie, the number 2 seed. If Toronto can upset, would be a lot of people picked the Baycats to either take this in 3 or 4 games. Maple Leafs trying to shock the world here. 2-1. Big swing and miss from McGarry Doyle is just behind it.
A few teams, though, I feel like compared to regular season, looking at them in playoff season, they look like totally different teams. Like they have a different fire under them.
That's what I was mentioning about the postseason, trying to fire people up, right? These are the games you get up for, and people make themselves much more available for these games with the higher stakes. Another throw over to second. That's the second disengagement there for Franklin Hernandez.
You might ask your boss to head out of work early on a playoff game night.
Can't miss for both teams here. 2-2, 2 outs. Johnston leads at first. Doesn't go. Pitches up and away on McGarry Doyle. Counts full. Johnston will be off on the pitch. Castaldo backs off from first. Hernandez trying to get out of this inning unscathed after hitting Johnston with the pitch. 3-2 delivery. Fouled away by McGarry Doyle.
I feel like one thing about McGarry Doyle is he's going to hit it, and he's going to hit it hard when it counts.
Almost got jammed in that first inning hit, but managed to get it in that Bermuda Triangle between center right and second base. Runner goes again. It's fouled away again.
I feel like you can really tell the difference in the playoffs that the players want to hit. I mean, we saw last night with one of the Hernandez brothers. It was like 5 foul balls flying over my head. He wanted it.
Trying to up the pitch count here, Franklin Hernandez. McGarry Doyle's done a nice job. He waits another 3-2 pitch. He fouls it away again. Really nice battle here between Noel McGarry Doyle and Franklin Hernandez. McGarry Doyle 1 for 8 now in his career against Hernandez. He's only struck out twice. Johnston will once again be off on the pitch. Hernandez comes set, 3-2, 2 out. He deals, it's in the dirt. McGarry Doyle wastes some pitches, works a walk. Barrie has 2 on with 2 out.
Number 11, Brandon Hernandez.
So Noel McGarry-Doyle's reached both times he's been up against Hernandez this evening. Brings up Brandon Hernandez, singled and scored in the first. First pitch is a breaking ball away. From Hernandez is fouled off by Hernandez.
I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I just really enjoy seeing the two of them back to back like that. I feel like they feed off each other so well.
That's what we were talking about in the open as well with Brandon and Francisco Hernandez. It seems like having Francisco in that number 3 spot now is, done wonders for this offense. As that one is up and away. Francisco Hernandez started the year as the leadoff hitter for the first 3 games. Was kind of unsuccessful in that regard. Moved down to the number 9 spot where he was seemingly on fire. Then got injured, came back, was filling out a couple different roles, and this number 3 spot behind his brothers really worked for him. He's on deck. Here's the 2-1 from Franklin Hernandez, and it's just outside again.
Yeah, I feel like the two of them being in these spots just makes sense, and it's been good so far.
Three, 1. 2 on, 2 out. Hernandez deals. It's popped up. Playable, drifting towards the fence on the left side, and it's going to be out of the reach of Ryan Dos Santos.
Looked like he thought it was going to be further out than it was. Just until the last minute there.
Kept slicing and slicing, but I think even further than that, it was carrying more towards the Maple Leafs bullpen than it was going laterally out of play. But new life here for Brandon Hernandez, a 3-2 count. Runnels will be off on the pitch. Another 3-2 here from Franklin Hernandez. He deals. Called strike 3. Gets out of the inning unscathed. Brandon Hernandez knew it. Barrie held scoreless in their half of the second inning. We go to the third inning. This is the IBL semifinals on Baycats TV.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats!
What if a thrift store could change lives? Barrie Families Unite is making it happen. Essential needs support for those families in our community who need it most. Charity gives. Dignity empowers.
Game 5 of the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV. Julius Hern, Matty Gale along with you. Inning number 3. Barrie leads by a score of 2-0. It's 8-9-1 in the Leafs order. Spencer Ross will lead it off against Juan Benitez.
Spencer Ross.
Spencer Ross faced Juan Benitez quite a bit last year with the Kitchener Panthers. It seemed like just the way the schedules worked out the last couple of years that Benitez, a lot of his outings have been against Kitchener. First pitch to Ross. There's a called strike. Benitez already ready to go here for the 0-1. And it's just away. See a couple Baycats legends in the crowd. I just saw Brantfee Infante walk by and by the backstop. See Jeff Cowan here for another game. He was also here for game 3. Here's the 1-1, just inside on Rossi.
I feel like Brantfee's been a guy, though, who's consistently been here for quite a few of the games this season. It's really nice to see.
Hasn't played since 2023. I know he's battled some injuries, but hoping to get back on the field in 2026. He's still very involved with the club. He's kind of a liaison for some of the import players. 2-1, fouled away, out of play. Ross 4 for 14 in his career against Juan Benitez. With 1 walk, hasn't struck out. 2-2, just got a piece of it.
Talking about some Barrie legends walking around, it also is nice to see on the Toronto side a lot of the volunteers and staff that might not normally come to the away games. I see them over there by the dugout.
Again, it's crazy how the high stakes, brings that energy out of so many people on both sides, right? 2-2. Poked out to right field, coming on his keys. He makes the catch for out number 1.
The second baseman, number 6, Dan Mara.
Just hung up there for Clayton Keys. Looked like it was going to drop, but stayed on a line. And Ross retired to lead off here in the 3rd, and it brings up the now number 9 hitter, Dan Mara.
Like we were talking about earlier, I feel like how Clayton Keys wears his frustration sometimes on his sleeve on the batting side. I feel like it never affects him really when he's in the outfield. He's always making those incredible catches.
First pitch to Dan Mara. Johnston can't quite frame it in the zone. It's 1-0. We've seen a lot of really nice catches from Clayton Keys this year, and some of them have saved Juan Benitez a time or two. That one called a strike on Mara.
I feel like it'd be interesting to see a highlight reel of his catches because I know there is some crazy ones I've seen.
In his first game as a Baycat in Guelph had a diving catch in center field.
Yeah.
But not afraid to put his body on the line, that's for sure. 1-1's up high. Benitez, 2-1. Another poke out to right field. This one a little bit deeper. Coming around towards the line is Keys again to make the catch. 2 down.
The third baseman, number 8, Ryan Dos Santos.
Those hits are just following Keys out there in the outfield.
A lot of these right-handed hitters still going the other way. Saw it with Marcus Connect earlier on. See with both Ross and Mara in this inning. Justin Mara, a lefty, was lined out to left field as Dos Santos swings and misses at the first pitch. Every ball in play off of Maple Leafs bat has gone the other way. Even if you look back at John Javier in the first inning, right-handed hitter, he grounded out to second base.
That's interesting.
Ball in the dirt, it's 1-1. Top 3, 2 out. 1-1 to Ryan Dos Santos. He swings and misses for strike 2.
The Leafs have really been swinging. I feel like they came in here tonight with a plan.
Again, Dos Santos not afraid to go down on 2 strikes, but he strikes out here. Juan Benitez on fire through the first 3 innings. That strikeout brought to you by IMP North. Baycats still up 2-0, looking to add on. This is the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV.
Hi, I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
The third inning is sponsored by Render 3D Quick, the #1 architectural 3D rendering company in Canada, working with thousands of builders, developers, architects, and more.
Francisco Hernandez leading off this bottom of the third against Franklin Hernandez. Baycats still lead 2-0 here in Game 5 of this best-of-5 series. A long look in here from Franklin Hernandez. First pitch of the inning. It's a breaking ball called a strike.
And it was him who was hitting all those foul balls last night at Christie Pitts. I don't know if you noticed this, Julius, but one hit atop of a fire truck.
I think we were talking about this after the game. I didn't notice it in the moment, but there was a lot that went, kind of towards the sidewalk and above the hill.
I feel like balls were flying last night everywhere, and yeah, right to the top of the fire truck, bounced off.
It's down 0-2. Time is called by Francisco Hernandez. Baycats threatened in the second, left 2 on. Gotta get things going again here against Franklin Hernandez. Nolan Macabrota on deck. 0-2, called strike 3. And again, Francisco Hernandez knew it right away. A 3-pitch strikeout to start this third for Franklin Hernandez. Nolan Macabrota had the first RBI of the evening, a ground out to first that scored Noel McGarry Doyle back in the first. And he fouls off the first pitch. I feel like this crowd's still growing here, Maddie.
Yeah, I know. I keep seeing people walk in. I didn't know if you saw, but Macabrota came today to BP in all camo. Like he was going into battle.
I think he did that in Game 3 as well. He swings and misses at the 0-1.
Red jerseys everywhere, and then just all camo head to toe.
I know when the Baycats had military night, a few weeks ago, he loved the military uniforms. He was probably the biggest fan of the camo. 0-2, he swings and misses. Another 3-pitch strikeout for Franklin Hernandez.
Fielder number 6, Tristan.
Baycats have 3 hits in the game. This man had the 3rd. Tristan Clark showing a lot more emotion in this series than he's typically used to seeing from him. That first pitch is away.
Clark is someone who has a lot of fans at every game he goes to. I know last night I met his sister at Christie Pitts. She was excited. She said she's coming to Barrie today. He has a good support system behind him.
Here's the 1-0. Fouls that back to the screen. And Clark from Brampton, but he calls Oklahoma home. Still a wife and 4 kids down there, but he still had some family that's come to a few road games this year. I know I saw his dad and a little cousin of his in Brantford, and his sister last night. Here's the 1-1. He drives that one out to right field, drifting towards the corner. It will get down in fair territory, all the way to the wall. Clark heading into second. A 2-hit night for him, continues it with a double.
The designated hitter, number 28, Noah.
This has been such a strong game for Clark so far, which we haven't seen at the beginning of any of these playoff games really, but he came in with a mission tonight and he's succeeding in that.
It seems like, you know, the way he's gone over the last couple weeks, if he's going to go 2 for 4 in a game, those 2 hits are going to come his last 2 at-bats of the game. But really getting things going early. Had a big double late in the game, in game 3, but was eventually stranded, and he stands on second base with Noah Hall at the plate. First pitch, breaking ball, outside part of the plate, catches the zone. Franklin Hernandez very much liking to start these hitters outside and kind of work his way in. As he does there, it's fouled off by Hall. Oh, 2 out. Adam Ott awaits on deck. Hernandez trying to get out of some more 2-out trouble. And he does. Another strikeout of Noah Hall. Strands Tristan Clark at second base. We head to the 4th inning, still 2-0 Baycats. This is the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV.
The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Top of the 4th inning at Athletic Kulture Stadium. 2-0 Baycats in this winner-take-all Game 5 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Trying to shock the league and take down the number 2 seed as the number 7. John Javier to lead it off against Juan Benitez, who's only allowed 1 base runner, and that was Marcus Connect. to lead off the second. But other than that, Juan Benitez, 5 strikeouts on the game so far. Starts Javier outside.
Everybody clap your hands.
Benitez working quickly. He lines right back to Benitez. Heads up play and a tough one for the Baycats starter.
I almost feel like he didn't expect to catch that. He kind of did a second glance at his glove there.
Javier didn't get all of it, but I guess in Benitez's case, lucky for him, almost made that catch look relatively easy out of his follow through.
Hey, he just kind of flicked his glove out. He didn't really move for it.
This is Jordan Castaldo, struck out looking his first time. Has really struggled with the strikeouts in this series. Takes a first pitch strike. Eight strikeouts in the series already for Castaldo and 13 at-bats. That one just misses.
It's getting quite dark and chilly here at Athletic Kulture Stadium tonight.
Started at, I think, 18 degrees first pitch temperature, and now we're at 15. A little bit more cloud cover, but not that that's really a factor here with the sun setting. And
see the moon pretty nice.
Yeah. 2-1, it's a fly ball. Left field playable. Tristan Clark settles underneath it, makes the catch. 2 out here in the fourth.
The right fielder, number 4, Marcus Canal.
Only the fourth inning, but both teams have been playing so strong. It's going to be an interesting one.
Marcus Connect, the only base runner to reach here against Juan Benitez so far in the ball game. Benitez retired 11 of 12 so far through 3 1/3. First pitch to Connect is a called strike. Oh, 1, a swing and a miss from Connect. Juan just looks confident on the mound. Connect ready. Fans are behind Benitez, an 0-2. Just misses. Connect saw that one all the way. Here's the 1-2. It's outside again. Benitez, the throw hit the dirt in the mound, but sticks with the baseball. Out of the set. The 2-2. On the ground, left side. Adam Odd comes from third base. Throw is wide of first. So Connect reaches. Well, I'll assume will be scored an error on Adam Odd. And this inning will continue. Don't want to continue the inning for this man, Justin Mara. All 3 of his home runs in the series with 2 outs. That's how clutch he's been for this Maple Leafs team.
Yeah, you do definitely don't want him hitting when there's someone on base.
First pitch, call a strike. Had a hard hit ball to left field, but was right at Tristan Clark. And that was back in the second. And nice block there from Andrew Johnston holding connect.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
Benitez kicks and deals. It's in the dirt. And again, a nice block from Andrew Johnston, keeping it in front of him, and connect didn't even try going to second.
In the first inning, I was talking about how it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic between Johnston and Benitez, and coming into the fourth now, it's been nice to watch. I feel like this is a good pair up.
You can tell the confidence is building a little bit more from Benitez as the outing goes on.
100%.
Two-one on the way. Big swing and miss there from Justin Mara. Well, it looked like a curveball out of the hand of Juan Benitez. Two-two, two out. Marcus connect at first, held on by Macabrota. The pitch to Justin Mara in the dirt. Connect will be off on the pitch. Benitez looking for strikeout number 6. Runner goes, it's in the dirt. Mara draws a big walk there for Toronto, and they'll have 2 on for the first time in this game.
The left fielder number 84, Luca Mascarino.
Real patient at bat there from Justin Mara. 6th career walk against Benitez. Head to head.
You can tell, though, the Leafs really want to hit. You just saw Luca warming up for the bat, and Dennis was out there right behind him. So
Down 2, this Maple Leafs team eager to get anything going off of Benitez. 2 out, Connect reached on an error by Adam Odd, Mara reached on a walk. The 1-0 to Boscarino on the ground to Odd. He'll go to third base himself and put out Marcus Connect to end the 4th inning. Benitez has still held the Maple Leafs scoreless through 4 innings. Again, Barrie will try to add on in their half of the 4th inning. When we come back, you're watching the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Fourth inning sponsor, Vintage Throne Barber Lounge, redefining gentlemen one community at a time.
Third baseman, number 26.
It's funny how when you make a inning-ending defensive play, you end up leading off the next half inning. That's exactly what's happening here with Adam Odd, who yet again the bottom third of the Baycats order to go here in the fourth against Franklin Hernandez.
Maybe it's a good thing. Keep that momentum going.
Baycats have had base runners every inning, and at that, runners in scoring position every inning against Hernandez, but only putting up 2 in the first. Here's Adam Odd, the first pitch to him, breaking ball up and away.
I feel like I'm still seeing fans walking in.
There's a lot going in and out as Odd fouls that one away. You saw there's been some half-inning breaks where some, a big flood of fans at one point were going out the door, and at this park the bathrooms are kind of on the opposite side of us, kind of behind us on the outside of the building. Similar to what we see in Kitchener as well. Here's the 1-1. A big cut and miss and a breaking ball by Odd. But they always trickle back in. Obviously, these fans don't want to miss the end of this game. I want to know how it plays out with these two rivals. The 1-2, fouled away by Odd. He stays alive.
Even a lot more fans than usual in the outfield behind the fence. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did notice that. I noticed there was a few out there well before game time, too.
Yeah.
Folks will bring their lawn chairs and set up where there's gaps and in between where the advertisements are.
Looks like they have some blankets. They have good setups going on over there.
Almost make it like a family picnic.
Why not? Bring some chips.
It's family atmosphere at this park, that's for sure, and that's what the Baycats have set out to do with Josh Matlow at the helm. His team leads 2-0. It's a 1-2 pitch here from Hernandez to Adam Odd. Called strike 3. Odd doesn't like the call, but he walks back to the dugout.
The catcher,
That's the first out of the inning.
Andrew Johnston.
7 strikeouts now for Franklin Hernandez after he struck out the side in the third. Each of his last 6 outs have been by strikeout. First pitch to Andrew Johnston, swung on and missed.
Baycats fans really riling up the crowd there. I don't know if you can hear it in the broadcast, but
Avery Matlow walking by, doing his best to get his fellow supporters going. One here to Andrew Johnston, who was hit by a pitch his first time. Later stranded at second. A 1-1 on the ground, back to Hernandez. A casual flip to Castaldo for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 43, Clayton Keys.
So Johnston breaks the streak of strikeouts. Say that 3 times fast. Brings up Clayton Keys with nobody on. Trying to extend a Baycats threat here in the fourth. First pitch from Hernandez. Breaking ball in for a strike. I'm not sure what it is with Clayton Keys, as we've talked about big swings from him. But I'm not sure if he really gets the pitch selection. That hanging breaking ball on the first pitch might have been a good one for him. Takes a fastball low, but on the border of the zone.
you can tell he did not like that call one bit.
Once again, Ryan Hern, the home plate umpire. Scott Costello at second. Jeff Rose at first. Ryan Jackson at third. Oh, 2. Big swing and miss from Clayton Keys. Goes down on strikes for the second time today. Franklin Hernandez, after a struggle in the first, has held the Baycats scoreless. We go to the 5th inning. You're watching Baycats TV.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats!
What if a thrift store could change lives? Barrie Families Unite is making it happen. Essential needs support for those families in our community who need it most. Charity gives. Dignity empowers.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Top 5 at Athletic Kulture Stadium. Julius, Hern, Matty Gale, our entire Baycats TV crew with you. Game 5 of the IBL quarterfinals. Toronto Maple Leafs, Barrie Baycats. It's the home team up by 2 as we enter the 5th with Dennis Day Banning leading off for Toronto. Juan Benitez has only had 3 base runners on him the whole game. His first pitch is low. This is the bottom third of the Maple Leafs order. Dennis Day Banning, Spencer Ross, Dan Mara. Day Banning takes that one up and in. Seen a lot of first pitch strikes from Juan Benitez, but he's fallen behind 2-0 here to start Dennis Day Banning. That one fouled away.
Straight to the cars in the parking lot.
I was talking to Dave Banning before the game, and I asked him when was the last time he played a do-or-die game like this, where it's winner-take-all. As he swings and misses through that pitch. He actually couldn't remember. He hadn't when he was with the Hamilton Cardinals, hadn't when he was with the Welland Jackfish very briefly. So this one seemingly the first one for him in his baseball career. 2-2. That one up high. It's a full count.
I feel like normally in BP you see him, he is quite locked in, but he had a different attitude about him in today's BP. He was very zoned into what was going on.
Fouls that one off of Johnson's mask and stays alive.
You might have stressed him out when you reminded him it was do or die.
Usually when I go, talk to players in the field in batting practice, I usually go up to him, but he came up to me today.
I did notice that. Yeah. Bit different.
3-2. That one's outside. He works a leadoff walk.
Like I said, though, I always get scared when he walks to first.
I think this is, as long as there's no instigation from the Baycats dugout, then nothing to worry about there. This is Spencer Ross stepping in. Takes his time getting ready before his second plate appearance against Benitez. First pitch to Ross. He flies that one out to right field. And an easy play for Clayton Keys, who makes the catch for out number 1.
The second baseman, number 6.
Keys has been contributing a lot in the outfield so far in these 4 innings.
3
5
putouts
now.
already for Keys in right field. Tay Banning has 1 stolen base and caught once. He goes on this pitch, but it's fouled away by Dan Mara. Stole a base in game 1, was caught stealing in game 3. So both his attempts coming here in Barrie.
This is the most stolen base attempts I've seen from both teams so far this season.
Both teams aggressive when it matters most. Johnston tried to frame that pitch, but it's called outside. Adam Odd playing a bit shallow at third base, just in front of that third base bag. Benitez trying to draw the double play. That one called a strike. It's 1-2. They bang the lead on first. Doesn't go. The ground ball right back to Benitez. Throws to Hernandez. It's off his glove and into shallow left field. Would have been a tailor-made 1-6-3 double play, but instead, 2 Leafs are on with 1 out. That's going to be charged in error there to Brandon Hernandez.
It was almost like you could instantly kind of see the frustration in Benitez's face after that.
Well, in his instance, you don't get very many plays like that where it's a ground ball right back to the pitcher with a chance to turn 2. Did everything right, but Hernandez couldn't snag it at second base. First pitch to Ryan Dos Santos is fouled off. And this is a big chance for Toronto to capitalize. Left 2 on after an error in the 4th. Pitch by Benitez is up and away. It's 1-1. No hold at first. Dan Mara lead. Dennis Day Banning at second base. Staying modest with the bag. 1-1. That one just low, and a nice take there from Ryan Dos Santos. Dos Santos has worked 7 walks in this series already, but he struck out both times this evening. 2-1. Call the strike. However, Dos Santos now 11 strikeouts on the series. A lot of those 3 true outcomes had that leadoff home run in game 3. Here's the 2-2. Fouled away.
Yeah, this is a great spot for the Leafs to be right now. First and second, especially with Dave Manning on second base. You never really know what he can do.
Fans getting behind Benitez. Double play would be best case scenario for Barrie. Driven out to left field. Tristan Clark has it on the line for out number 2.
I feel like all of these balls are either going to Keys or Clark. There's no in between. Gary Doyle's getting no action back there.
Both Keys and Clark with 3 putouts. Benitez hasn't had a strikeout since the 3rd. This is John Javier. Leads the team with 5 RBIs so far in the series, each in the first 2 games. A really nice spot for him here to try and claw Toronto back into this one. Up high on the first pitch. Dan Marr the lead at first. Dennis DeBanning at second. 2 out. It's a 1-0 to John Javier, and it's just outside.
Yeah, not a good spot to be for Barrie, especially with hitters like Justin Mara and Luca Boscarino coming up.
Jordan Castaldo on deck, and Ben and I mentioned this in a previous game, but when you look at up and down this lineup, the way it's really shaped out for Toronto over the course of this season, no easy outs at all. Fly ball, it's going to slice foul and out of play.
Straight to the stadium bar.
A lot of kids scattered around and trying to get the last lick of some late night baseball a little bit before the school year starts next week. Benitez comes set. 2-1. Fly ball again. Foul out of play off the bat of Javier. See Ryan Rio in front of the Baycats dugout trying to get the fans and his teammates fired up.
Looks like he successfully did that.
This is a big pitch here for Benitez. 2 on, 2 out. John Javier at the plate. Kicks and deals. Liner to first. It's going to slice foul. Didn't quite reach the first base bag on the bounce. Just off the end of the bat there of Javier. We'll reset back to a 2-2 count.
I will say, Ryan Rio knows how to get a crowd going.
That man's the king of Barrie, you could argue.
I feel like no argument needed. Just a straight fact.
He's in uniform. He's been in uniform since first pitch. 2-2. That one popped up and playable. Nolan Macabrota towards his dugout, makes the catch. Benitez once again strands 2, and the Baycats will take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 5th inning. We're halfway through this Game 5. This is the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV.
Fans from Fort Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Bottom of the 5th inning. This 5th inning of play is brought to you by One-Eyed Jack Barrie. Bring your same-day Baycats tickets before or after a game and get 10% off your bill. Back to the top of the order for the Barrie Baycats against Franklin Hernandez, Noel McGarry-Doyle, Brandon and Francisco Hernandez. McGarry-Doyle, the only one to reach both times he's made a plate appearance. Singled and scored in the first, and walked in, was stranded back in the second. First pitch from Franklin Hernandez. McGarry Doyle shows bunt. Let's call the ball. We saw Dos Santos charging in there. Seen this approach a lot here from McGarry Doyle.
I know we saw it yesterday right at the start of the game.
Surprise bunts with his speed tend to work as long as he can get it down. Hernandez really taking his time now further into his outing. 2-0. Driven out to center field. Dave Banning has to go back on it, but he makes a running catch off to his right.
The shortstop, number 11, Brandon Hernandez.
So McGarry Doyle retired for the first time this evening. And it brings up Brandon Hernandez, the shortstop. His error the last half inning put Juan Benitez in a little bit of trouble, but managed to get out of a little bit of a jam, leaving 2 on. Delivery from Hernandez is away.
No, I'm just like following.
1-0. That one's away. This crowd's really stuck it out so far, and temperature's gone down as the evening progresses, but
I feel like we keep saying this, but I feel like it keeps getting bigger almost.
it does almost. Yeah.
Some empty spots I see have been filling up. Even the fence line, it's not normally that busy there beside the dugout.
2-0. Hernandez tried to check his swing, and the appeal down to third base umpire Ryan Jackson says he went around. It's 2-1. A call could change the course of this at bat. Goes in favor of the Maple Leafs. 2-1 from Franklin Hernandez. Foul tip into the glove. It's 2-2.
Very hard swing on that, almost stumbling back after.
Bit of a higher angle swing on those elevated pitches from Brandon Hernandez. Here's the 2-2. It's in the dirt. Count is full. Franklin Hernandez really taking his time here, taking advantage of nobody on base behind him. Looks in, gets the sign from Justin Mara. Payoff pitch. Fly ball, center field playable. Dennis Day Banning makes the catch.
The second
A couple putouts for Dennis Day Banning to start this fifth inning.
It is interesting so far to see the way that each team has been hitting the balls. Like for Barrie, we've seen a lot be going to Keys, a lot be going to Clark, and for the past couple innings, they've been going to Day Banning.
These are those last two. First fly ball outs to any outfielder off the bat of a Baycat. This is Francisco Hernandez. First pitch. It's called strike. You can tell Franklin Hernandez really trying to slow the pace of this game for both teams. Poked out to right field, slicing towards the line, and a dive and a nice catch from Marcus Connect. What a catch by Marcus Connect, robbing what surely would have been extra bases from Francisco Hernandez. Another 1-2-3 inning for the Maple Leafs pitching and defense. We go to the sixth, still 2-0 Barrie. This is the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV.
The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run.
Toronto. The first baseman, number 5.
Back to Athletic Kulture Stadium, top of the sixth inning. Juan Benitez has held the Maple Leafs scoreless through his first 5. He only went 5 innings in game 2. So a much better outing on his part in this do-or-die game 5. Jordan Castallo, the former Baycats, will lead it off.
Yeah, pretty fiery first inning for Barrie, but it's been quite hit or miss for the past couple innings here.
Franklin Hernandez has retired each of the last 7 Baycats he's faced. 3 of them by strikeout. 2-0 to Castaldo. He grounds that one into right field. A leadoff base hit for the Leafs first baseman.
The right fielder, number 4, Marcus Canet.
Marcus Connect made that great diving catch to end the 5th inning. I mentioned earlier that the last time the Barrie Baycats played in a decisive playoff game, where it was win or go home for both teams, that was the IBL semifinals back in 2015, and it was these 2 teams at this stadium. Jordan Castaldo was first baseman for the Baycats at the time. Went 1 for 4 with a home run in that game.
So funny how sometimes history repeats itself, and we're in a situation like we were in 2015.
Jeff Cowan, who I saw in the ballpark, he was 0 for 4 in the game. I went right past Adam Ott at third base. Hard hit off the bat of Marcus Connect. And this time, 2 reach with nobody out against Juan Benitez.
Scary spot for Barrie to be with Mara on the mound right now, especially with his 3 home runs so far in the series.
One swing of the bat could put Toronto in the lead. Chris Nagorski, who is a former Maple Leaf, but at the time was a Baycat, closed out the game, had an inning and a third scoreless. First pitch to Mara, he tries to bunt, and it goes foul. Meanwhile, for the Leafs, there's a couple other players on this roster that were in that game. Dan Mara batted second in the lineup, was 2 for 4. Connor Lewis, who we haven't seen yet in the playoffs for the Maple Leafs, was batting 9th as the shortstop and was 1 for 3. And Marek Deska, who had a really nice scoreless outing last night at Christie Pitts, went 2/3 of an inning scoreless in that game 10 years ago. Mara shows bunt again, pulls it back, and the count's 1-1. Action starting in the Baycats bullpen. Looks like Ramon Henriquez warming up. Mara shows bunt again, gets it down. Benitez, it goes past him, and there's going to be no play.
He almost wanted to grab it with his hand and not the glove there.
The Baycats infield was cycling. Not sure what was going through Juan Benitez's mind there, but the bases are loaded with one out after 3 consecutive hits to start this inning, and it's Luca Boscarino trying to cash in. There's Ramon Henriquez starting to warm up, pitched in game 3.
Yeah, definitely not a good spot for Barrie to be in right now.
First pitch to Boscarino is a called strike. The 0-1 to Boscarino is fouled off of Johnson. I believe it went off his thigh, just above the protective gear. Ryan Hern will hand deliver the baseball to Juan Benitez. For the Baycats defense in this situation, a game that's just a 2-run margin, you might want to go home in the instance of a ground ball and trying to start a double play that way. Try not to concede a run if you don't have to. 0-2 to Boscarino. Benitez's pitch on the ground to Hernandez. He's going to have to go to second to his brother. On to first, the throw is high and out of play. And just like that, this game is tied. But Josh Matlow out here arguing for interference on Justin Mara at second. It looked like the throw from Francisco Hernandez was off in plenty of time before any contact would have been made from Mara. But nonetheless, he gets the high fives from his teammates for essentially breaking up the double play. That'll be the 3rd Barrie error of the game. So now Boscarino, the only base runner, he's at second. And this game is tied at 2.
It is very unexpected, though, to see a throw like that from Hernandez.
So 2-2's the score. 1 out. Dennis Day Banning at the plate. Foul back to the screen. Juan Benitez steps off. Day Banning 0 for 1, struck out and walked. The pitch catches the outside part of the plate.
It was pretty quiet from the Leafs dugout earlier this game, but now that they have this newfound momentum, it's getting pretty wild over there.
1 out, 0-2 count to Dennis Day Banning. The pitch is outside. Each team with 4 hits on the game now. 3 in this inning to start it off for the Maple Leafs. Fans trying to support their hometown starter, and he steps off again. Time is called, and I think they called a balk here on Juan Benitez. Four umpires, pardon me, will come together and discuss this.
He looks quite confused on that mound, though.
Ryan Hern pointed to Dennis Dave Banning, I believe. Boscarino's going to go back to second base. I'm not sure what the initial call was because they didn't point at Boscarino initially to motion him towards third. The motion was by home plate umpire Ryan Hern. So it looks like we'll reset here on an 0-2.
Yeah, it looked like almost every single person on the field saw something different or thought something different there.
Now they'll call a balk. I believe the first time they called time, it was Dave Banning that called time, and then this time it was Benitez who disengaged trying to call time after previously disengaging twice. So Boscarino advances to third on the balk, and the go-ahead runs 90 feet away. Oh-2 from Benitez. Fly ball right field, and Key's going to have to go back on it. He makes the catch over the shoulder, but Boscarino tags up, and he scores, and Dave Banning is fired up on his way back to the dugout with a sacrifice fly.
The shortstop, number 2,
You can see quite a bit of frustration on the Baycats bench there. Things can switch up so quickly. Don't think they were expecting it that fast.
From talking to Ryan Rio quite a bit all season, he knows that it's the physical errors. We saw him earlier on in the season how it seemed to force the Baycats to lose leads and have games slip away on them. It's seemingly the case here in this sixth inning. 3-2 Maple Leafs. First pitch to Spencer Ross is in the dirt. And Johnston is hurt. That ball caught him in an uncomfortable area. So once again, Ryan Hern will hand deliver the baseball as Baycats staff checks on Johnston.
Not a good spot to be for the Baycats with their catching rotation here. A lot of injuries.
The backup catcher would be Justin Groves, who wouldn't be the number one option for Josh Matlow, but a very versatile player in his own right. Johnston seems to be okay after shaking things off, and he's back in.
Everybody clap your hands.
Ross steps in. Drives that one out to right field. It's going to hang up for Clayton Keys, who makes the catch again to end the top of the sixth, but not before the Maple Leafs take the lead. 3 runs on 3 hits and a big error by Francisco Hernandez. Maple Leafs lead at 3-2 as we enter the bottom of the sixth inning. This is the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV.
Danielle May Real Estate, supporting the Barrie Baycats and ready to help with all of your real estate questions. What is your home worth? Should you sell now or wait? Danielle is dedicated to your success. The next time you think real estate, think Danielle May.
Sixth inning sponsor, Moving.ca. Two small men with big hearts moving. Your original Canadian two men movers. When you think two men, think with big hearts. Your Canadian choice.
She's Maddie Gill. I'm Julius Hern. Baycats have some work to do now to get back into this game. It's a one-run lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 3-2. Franklin Hernandez back out for inning number 6. He's retired each of the last 7 he's faced. And it will be Nolan Macabroda to lead things off.
Yeah, the Baycats had such great momentum coming into these last few innings, so I definitely think it's not the position they thought they were going to be in.
See, Luis Florentino is warming up in the Maple Leafs bullpen, but this inning is Franklin Hernandez to work. First pitch, Macabroda is a breaking ball inside. That one's a called strike on Macabroda. Seems the top of the 6th inning has energized the crowd in maybe a negative way, but they're seemingly more vocal to start this bottom half. Macabroda takes another strike. It's 1-2.
Yeah, a lot of fans feeling a lot of emotion for a lot of the calls and plays being made in tonight's game.
Fans surely know what's on the line tonight. The 1-2. It's in the dirt. And defending champs are on the ropes, down by 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Macabroda waits a 2-2 from Franklin Hernandez. It's outside.
Seems like he's taking quite a bit longer of a time between these pitches than he was the past few innings.
Very much the opposite to what we've seen from Cesar Rosado this season. Rosado very much slow throughout the first couple innings, but the opposite here with Franklin Hernandez. Really slowed down is this inning and in the 5th as well. 3-2. Caught on and missed. Macabroda behind that fastball from Hernandez. 1 out here in the 6th. 9 strikeouts now for Franklin Hernandez. And he'll face Tristan Clark. Hernandez's season high is 7. So he's or 8, pardon me. He's already cleared that in this game. First pitch is at the head of Clark. Fastball slipped and got up and in. Those 8 strikeouts, his previous season high was July 30th against Barrie at Christie Pitts, a 10-6 Maple Leafs win. He did that in just 5 innings. Here's the 1-0. Line drive up the middle into center field. Tristan Clark is fired up and he falls down towards first base. We're still trying to fire up the Baycats dugout behind him.
He almost didn't make it to first base. He was so excited he forgot where he was going. But that's what the Baycats needed to start off this inning. They needed someone to get to first.
3 for 3, Tristan Clark with an RBI and a double.
And some good catches in the outfield as well.
Meanwhile, Noah Hall 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, trying to get out of a funk. Hasn't had a hit since game 2. Tristan Clark stole a base earlier in this game, doesn't go here. First pitch to Hall is inside. If the score holds right now, it would be Toronto and Welland in the semifinals, and it would be Hamilton and Guelph. Throw over to first. Clark dives back safely. If Barrie were to come back and win, it would be Baycats Cardinals, presumably here on Friday. And it would be Jackfish and Royals, a rematch of last year's semifinals. Lead from Clark, the 1-0 to Hull, a breaking ball in for a strike.
I feel like you don't realize how fast-paced playoffs are until you're actually in it, and it feels like every day's a new game.
The drama keeps building, right?
Yeah.
And it's even when the game feels slow, it's actually, or a game feels fast, it's moving slow. So it's all these long waits here from Franklin Hernandez, just building the tension more and more. The 1-1, big cut and miss. Another breaking ball gets Hull whiffing. Look over from Hernandez. Clark leads. Long way in, Clark goes, the 1-2, swing and a miss from Hull. The throw down is off the glove of Ross. Another stolen base for Tristan Clark, but now there's 2 outs.
I feel like you can just see the frustration in Hull's face. He was telling me at the beginning of this playoff series how excited he was to be in that DH spot and really just focus on his at-bats, and it just hasn't been working in his favor so far.
Clark at second base now, and and speaking to that a little bit, you might wonder if the Baycats were to come back and win this game, if Hull goes back at third base, you might move a man like Adam Odd into that DH spot at third base. But, it would be a tough decision to make for Josh Matlow.
Yeah, for sure.
Could have Hull play first base, move Macabro to that DH spot as well, but you lose a lefty playing first. First pitch to Odd is up high. The 1-0 to Odd, a big swing and miss. Looked like he loaded a bit too much and got behind it. Franklin Hernandez is stranded runners in scoring position 3 times, or twice so far in this game. Big drive out to right field. That ball is gone! From Adam Odd, and a home run to right field puts the Baycats in front.
And that just shows how quick things can change in a game like this. Do or die.
The energy in the crowd has been restored. And who else but Adam Odd with a home run in one of the biggest games of the season.
I know, I've never seen so many crowds, fans on their feet in this stadium. You can see the energy just completely shifted in the Baycats dugout and in the crowd.
(4-3) Baycats. First pitch to Andrew Johnston. The appeal down to first, no swing. It was gone off the bat of Adam Odd, and this place erupted. The question was, would it stay fair? Well, it did. 1-0 to Johnston's up high again.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as it made that connection, the fans were on their feet. They didn't know where it was going.
First home run of the postseason for the Baycats as a team. Odd started this series as the number 9 hitter, hitting 7th today. Johnston takes a strike. Hernandez trying to get back into a groove. A 2-1 swing and a miss from Johnston.
It's been such a stressful game for both teams. It's been so back and forth.
Toronto with 3 in the top of this inning. Baycats claw back to retake the lead. 4-3. Pitch from Hernandez. A strikeout of Andrew Johnson to end the 6th inning, but a big drive to right field by Adam Odd has put the Baycats back in front 4-3 through 6 in this decisive Game 5. You're watching the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV.
The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room, and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers, and go Baycats!
What if a thrift store could change lives? Barrie Families Unite is making it happen. Essential needs support for those families in our community who need it most. Charity gives. Dignity empowers.
Top of the 7th inning, Juan Benitez back in line for the win after a 2-run 6th for Barrie, but his night is over and Ramon Henriquez will take over.
Henriquez was telling me before playoffs he wasn't quite sure his position on this team or where his fate was going to be in this Barrie lineup, but it means a lot for him to get to pitch in such a crucial moment for the Baycats season.
Pitched once in the postseason so far. That was back in Game 3. 2 2/3, allowed 2 hits and 2 walks, had 2 strikeouts. But held the Maple Leafs scoreless in that outing. Gets the number 9 hitter Dan Marr to start things off here in the 7th. Trying to hold this Baycats 1-run lead. First pitch is a called strike. Since joining the Baycats in the regular season, 0-1 record, 11 appearances, a 5.4 ERA. Started out the season with the Hamilton Cardinals as a starter and had 4 appearances total before being acquired by the Baycats. Had an 8.10 ERA with the Cardinals, but seemed to have found his footing.
Yeah, it almost seemed like coming into the season with the Baycats, he wasn't quite sure how it was going to go for the first few games, but it seems like he's got pretty confident on this lineup so far.
Was released in favor of Chris Torres, who Josh Matlow brought in as a bit of a riskier project as a converted infielder to a pitcher. High velocity but very little control, and after 3 outings he was released and Henriquez was brought back. 2-1 to Dan Mara is up high. Fans obviously not liking that call from Ryan Hern. Adam Odd still playing shallow at third. Braden Pacula still warming up in the Baycats bullpen. Luis Florentino in the Maple Leafs bullpen. 3-1. Up high, it's a leadoff walk for Dan Mara.
The third baseman, number 8, Ryan Dos Santos.
A lot of these Baycats pitchers standing beside the bullpen. It's almost like they're kind of transferring one out, next one in.
Back to the top of the order, Ryan Dos Santos 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and surprisingly no walks for him yet in this game. Shows bunt here. The pitch from Henriquez, he pulls back, it's just low.
Fans in the stadium getting quite fired up.
Yeah, they're not liking the calls this inning, at least from Ryan Hern, but seemingly he's been consistent throughout the course of this game. Adam Odd moves in. Dos Santos shows bunt, gets it down first base side. Henriquez has to field. The throw on to first is in time. Mara moves up to second and is one out.
The designated hitter, number 77, John Javier.
So sacrifice bunt there from Ryan Dos Santos brings up John Javier, who is also 0 for 3. Surprisingly also didn't have a hit in yesterday's game after a fiery start to the playoffs. He was telling me, I asked him before the game about facing Garces the second time. He said he actually felt better about it the second time despite having more success in game 1.
It's interesting to hear how different batters feel facing against Garces.
Lead from Dan Mara at second. The pitch from Henriquez. He starts off Javier low and away. Javier has been the DH in all 4 previous games, as well as this one in the series. Henriquez deals, it's a called strike. One-run game, tying run in scoring position. Henriquez comes set, kicks and delivers. That's a called strike.
Nice showing from Henriquez so far.
This fan base loving those calls. Mara leads at second. The 1-2 from Henriquez is in the dirt. And a nice block there from Andrew Johnston.
Johnston's been consistently putting his body on the line this game.
Josh Mallow described his performance yesterday, catching for Garces, as perfect defensively. Fans clapping. Henriquez is ready. 2-2 to Javier. Swing and a miss. It's brought to you by IMP North. First strikeout for Ramon Henriquez in his relief outing.
Number 5, Jordan Castaldo.
This is definitely the tensest I have felt in a game since in this era.
4 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors for the Baycats. 3 runs on 4 hits for Toronto. Toronto was held to just 3 hits in game 1 and had a 1-run lead until the 9th inning. Enriquez looks over. First pitch to Castaldo is up high. Castaldo led off the 6th with a single. Leader scored. Mara a bit more modest with his lead now at second base. 1-0 from Enriquez is inside on Castaldo.
Seems like Enriquez is taking quite a bit of time before each pitch as well.
You can tell he's starting to pay attention to the base runner a little more. Even though you wouldn't think of Mara much of a threat to steal.
You never know what could happen. It's playoffs.
Castaldo awaits a 2-0. Enriquez fires, and it's a called strike. Dan Mara at second base, only had one stolen base in the regular season. He represents the tying run. Castaldo hit the 500 RBI mark this year. Has a chance at this one. A diving stab by Hernandez. He can't get there. Clark the throw to home, and it's not going to be in time. Toronto ties it up.
You can clearly see the frustration on a lot of the Baycats players on the field right now.
Castaldo going the other way with that, just out of the reach of a diving Brandon Hernandez. Throw didn't quite make it to Andrew Johnston at home plate. This late game offense here from Toronto has really defined their performance tonight. 3 in the 6th, now 1 in the 7th. 2 out. Marcus Connect. First pitch, he pops it up. Playable, foul territory, drifting towards the Baycats dugout. Noah Macabrona makes the catch, having to spin around and making a basket grab. Toronto ties it up off the bat of Jordan Castaldo. It's 4-4, and it's stretch time here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. 4-4 between Toronto and Barrie in this decisive Game 5 of the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Sleeman beer, real ones know.
Number 43,
4-4, Toronto and Barrie. Bottom of the 7th inning. Julius and Matty Gale here on Baycats TV. Decisive Game 5 Franklin Hernandez back out for inning number 7. Hernandez has struck out 11 through 6. His first pitch to Keys is low, and Keys has struck out both times he's been up against Hernandez in this game. Only one hit in the series, looking for his defining moment as a Baycat. 1-0. Try to check his swing, the appeal. No appeal, it's a called strike. The 1-1, breaking ball breaks out of the zone. So much fan action around that Baycats dugout.
Yeah, that's the most people I've ever seen there. Lots of video cameras, too.
Yeah. 2-1. That one breaks away again, ends up just low. Keys has worked the count to 3-1. Will he get the green light on 3-1? Pitch is a called strike. Don't see Luis Florentino warming up anymore. I'm assuming he might be ready for a potential 8th inning.
He was warming up for quite a bit there.
Hernandez comes set, the pitch is high, and Clayton Keys works a leadoff walk.
The center fielder, number 95, Noel McGarry-Doyle.
Back to the top of the order for Barrie. This will be the 4th time through now for Franklin Hernandez. He's allowed 6 hits. And walked 2. You can see Rob Butler and Brian Sewell standing basically on the field. Gotta wonder when the decision might be coming. Ryan Dos Santos shallow at third. It shows bunt. It's down the first base line. Castaldo touches first. Doesn't have a throw at second. So successful sacrifice there for Noel McGarry-Doyle.
Yeah, he's happy there. Coming into the dugout.
And here comes Rob Butler. It looks like now is the time. Luis Florentino emerges from the dugout, and that'll do it for Franklin Hernandez. A brilliant outing, 6 1/3. He'll turn it over to Luis Florentino. We'll have more on in just a bit. You're watching Game 5 of the IBL quarterfinals on Baycats TV. One out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Baycats have Clayton Keys on second base. Brandon Hernandez due up against new pitcher in the ballgame for Toronto, Luis Florentino.
I mean, it's been a pretty high-stakes game so far, and coming into the bottom of the 7th, 4-4, is not where either team really wants to be.
Florentino has pitched in each of the first 2 playoff games here at Athletic Kulture Stadium, is 1-1. Ended up taking the loss in game 1 after that error by Justin Mara, and he got the win in game 3. First pitch to Hernandez is away. The regular season, 14 appearances, 4 of them were starts. Was 1-1 with an ERA of 3. Struck out 46, walked 18. Had 1 save. The 1-0, Keys is on the move, that's popped up. He's got to go back. Foul territory, Justin Mara on it, and he will make the catch for this second out of the inning.
The second baseman, number 0, Francisco Hernandez.
Almost looked like Brandon Hernandez couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
After that, he drops his bat, seemingly frustrated going into the Baycats dugout. But turns it over to his brother with the chance to drive in the go-ahead run.
Which, like we saw yesterday, Francisco really wants to hit the ball.
First pitch. That's a called strike. Braden Packle is still warming in that Baycats bullpen. You gotta wonder if he's the plan in the 8th inning after Henriquez. Foul back to the screen by Francisco Hernandez, pardon me.
Paco's last few performances have been a great showing.
It's definitely become one of the more reliable relievers on this roster. His second year as a Baycat. Breaking ball just high. It's 1-2. Hernandez didn't even step out. Clayton Keys on second. 2 out. Tie ball game here in the 7th. Time is called, and a very late allowance of a time call there by home plate umpire Ryan Hern.
Yeah, it almost looked like the ball was about to leave his hand.
Ben, Davy, and I have mentioned that before, how I've seen more of a trend of that. One of the late time calls being allowed by the umpires. 1-2 on the ground to short. Spencer Ross will scoop it up. Quick throw on to first is in time to retire the Baycats. In the 7th, Luis Florentino doing a nice job in relief. We go to the 8th inning, still tied. 4-4 between Barrie and Toronto, this decisive Game 5 coming down to the wire here on Baycats TV.
Step up to the plate at Park Place. The latest fashion, delicious dining, exciting entertainment. Hungry after the game? Stop by one of their patios or grab a sweet treat for a grand slam of flavors to satisfy every craving. Park Place, where every visit is a home run. The only North Barrie Market, your go-to for homemade meals, catering service, and the freshest locally sourced meat. Get ready for an unforgettable barbecue experience with Barrie Best Barbecue coming soon. All at North Barrie Market, 580 Bayfield.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
Welcome back to Athletic Kulture Stadium. 4-4 Maple Leafs and Baycats here in Game 5. Julius, Hern, Matty Gill along with you. Another reliever into the game for the Barrie Baycats, following up Ramon Henriquez, is Braden Pakala.
Yeah, Braden Pakala for the last season for playoffs, he went back to school, but now he's a senior at the school he goes to in the States. So he's able to stay for playoffs this year, which he told me he's really excited about. He wants a chance to prove that he can pitch in one of these high-pressure situations.
He's thrived in these high-leverage roles this year. A lefty out of West Virginia Tech. First pitch to Justin Mara is inside. He sailed the first pitch of his warm-ups way over the head of Andrew Johnston. You've seen that, when you see that from a reliever, it tends to be more of a get the nerves out kind of thing. The 1-0 is grounded foul.
I feel like in a lot of the games we've seen him pitch, if it's not a high-pressure situation like this one, it's not his best work.
Pakala got the win in Game 1, pitched a scoreless ninth before the Baycats walked it off. On the regular season, 1-0 with a 3.57 ERA. Breaking ball in for a called strike. Made 14 relief appearances, pitched 22 and 2/3 innings. 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Time is called by Mara. It'll be Justin Mara, Luca Boscarino, Dennis DeBanning due up here in the top of the 8th for Toronto. That pitch is inside. 2-2 here on Justin Mara. Pakala's pitch, driven out to center field, but playable for Noel McGarry-Doyle, who makes the catch for out number 1.
Finally some action there for Noel McGarry-Doyle in center field. I feel like the balls have been avoiding him.
That's first put out for him in this game. Ramon Henriquez pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 run on 1 hit, had 1 walk as well. This is Luca Boscarino. And takes a first pitch strike from Pakala. One Pakala working quickly, it's in the dirt.
Pakala told me he's enjoyed his season so much with this team, and he feels like he's really grown a strong connection with them. And if the Baycats don't win tonight, he's headed back to school on Friday. So quick turnaround.
Baycats lucky to have him available for the playoffs. Boscarino lifts it to center field. Drifting over to his left, Noel McGarry-Doyle makes another grab here in the 8th.
The center fielder, number 19, Dennis DeBanning.
This is Dennis DeBanning, sacrifice fly back in the 6th. Had Toronto in the lead briefly. You can see how emotional he was when he knew that that fly ball was going to score Boscarino from third. First pitch to him, grounded to third. Adam Odd charges in, has a tough play to make. The throw is in time. A 1-2-3 eighth for Braden Pakala. And another fiery reaction as he heads toward the Baycats dugout. Still 4-4 as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning, this decisive Game 5 IBL quarterfinals here on Baycats TV.
Thinking about doing a renovation but don't know where to find the best prices and quality? Go to Reno Liquidation Depot, where you'll find vanities, flooring, toilets, exterior doors, and so much more. Visit Reno Liquidation Depot today.
What if a thrift store could change lives? Barrie Families Unite is making it happen. Essential needs support for those families in our community who need it most. Charity gives. Dignity empowers.
8th inning is sponsored by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
4-4 the score. Toronto and Barrie. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. It's Nolan McElroy, the cleanup hitter for Barrie, to lead it off against Luis Florentino. We've seen a lot of late game heroics from the Baycats this year, mostly in the 9th inning, as we saw in game 1.
Also, I feel like a lot of these last-minute heroic moments have been from McElroy.
He's been a walk-off hero this year. That was in the regular season against the Kitchener Panthers. Takes a first pitch strike from Florentino. The chilly weather not deterring anyone in this crowd. You could argue this is the best crowd of the season, the way this game is played out. 0-1, he takes it for a strike.
I would say this is the biggest crowd that we've seen here at Athletic Kulture Stadium so far.
It was either this or the last game of the regular season against the London Majors, I would say.
That was a good one too.
Just by eyeballing it. 0-2, it's up high on McElroy. I think McElroy wanted that 0-1 pitch back.
And look, the temperature hasn't hit below 15.
Definitely feels like it's below 15. 1-2 from Florentino. McElroy just gets out of the way. McElroy was hit by a pitch by Wilhenis Alvarado in last night's game and caused a run to score. You wait to 2-2 here from Luis Florentino. And it's up high. Count is full. Florentino, former Oakland Athletics prospect. McElroy, former Minnesota Twins farmhand. 3-2 on the ground to second. It's Dan Mara. Comes up high on him, bobbled a little bit. Throwing to first is in time to get McElroy for out number 1.
The left fielder, number 6, Tristan Clark.
Important out there for Luis Florentino. Don't want to have a base runner on with Tristan Clark at the plate. 3 for 3 with an RBI already in this game. And we've seen the uncharacteristic, you could say, emotion from Clark after each of those hits.
Yeah, last time he almost didn't make it to first base.
He takes the first pitch up and in. That one just misses, and a great take there from Tristan Clark. Clark challenge, I would say, for Rookie of the Year in the IBL this year. I don't think he's going to get it despite a fantastic season from him. He drives that one to left field, slicing foul. Just a tad early on that swing, despite barreling it up.
You can just tell he wants something big here to really help with the Baycats.
You can tell he's got that fire in him.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of pent up and waiting for a big moment. Hit .323 in the regular season, led the team in home runs with 9. The 2-1, up high. Clark 7 for 19 in these playoffs so far with 2 RBI. It includes tonight's line. Florentino comes set. 3-1. Foul tip into the glove. Count is full. Tristan Clark taking his time to step back in the box. Florentino, the payoff pitch. It's outside. Clark takes a big free 90 feet.
The designated hitter, number 28, Noah Hall.
I feel like if there's was ever a time for Noah Hall to put all that emotion he's been feeling the past 2 games into his at-bat, it's definitely this one right here.
You could argue this might be the coldest streak of his career offensively, coming at the worst time. But a big moment brewing. He shows bunt, gets it down. First base side, long run for Florentino. He can't make the play. Be curious to see how that scored, but nonetheless, Noah Hall finally breaks through and gets on base. And Barrie has 2 on with 1 out.
Just by that reaction, you could see how much he needed that play there.
Rob Butler is going to come out here for a mound visit. It looks like that was scored a base hit for Noah Hall, so that will take him out of a big cold streak, as we were mentioning.
With Adam Ott up next too, it'll be interesting to see if he can bring back what he did there in the 6th inning.
Doesn't look like a pitching change is imminent here, but Rob Butler bringing in the entire infield to discuss the next move. 1 out, Noah Hall at first, Tristan Clark at second. The go-ahead run is at second base. First mound visit charge to the Maple Leafs in this game. Adam Ott had the big 2-run homer back in the 6th, as Maddie was mentioning. Barrie, 4 runs on 7 hits, 3 errors. Toronto, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like Ryan Rio is getting ready to go up to bat.
And Ryan Rio is on deck. Ryan Rio on deck, Adam Ott at the plate. He takes the first pitch inside.
I mean, me and Julius had a sneaky suspicion, but we didn't quite know.
Rio yet to play in the playoffs, hasn't played since early June. Adam Ott grounds it foul. It would have been Andrew Johnston on deck. He's still there. You got to imagine if Rio ends up coming up, it would be Justin Groves coming into the game after. 1-1 to Ott, it's away.
I mean, in a perfect world, we'd have bases loaded and Ryan Rio would be up to bat.
But I think the reason both Rio and Johnston are standing in the on-deck circle is they're not sure if there's going to be a pitching change after this at-bat. Haven't seen anyone warming up in particular after Florentino. If that pitch is inside on Ott, and it's 3-1. Nobody in the bullpen at the moment for the Maple Leafs. It would set up, if Rio were to bat, it would be a righty-lefty matchup. Noah Hall, a modest lead at first. Tristan Clark, a few strides off at second. A 3-1 is inside. Adam Ott draws a walk. And it's going to be Andrew Johnston coming up. Bases loaded, 1 out. And Andrew Johnston at the plate. Ryan Rio still has a batting helmet on in front of the Baycats dugout. Just getting ready for whatever scenario Josh Matlow might have him pinch hit in. This is Andrew Johnston, the first pitch. He fouls it back to the screen.
I mean, as soon as the crowd saw that Ryan Rio was maybe coming up to bat soon, there was a lot of cheers and chants.
The 0-1 is outside. He's still standing on deck. Clayton Keys is there as well, the number 9 hitter. Ryan Rio hasn't played since June 14th against the Welland Jackfish. It was having a career year up to that point. The 1-1 cut on and missed by Johnston. Bases loaded. Toronto trying to get a double play here to get them out of the biggest jam of the evening. Florentino deals. Cut on and missed by Johnston. And that is a huge strikeout for Luis Florentino. And here comes Ryan Rio.
You might be able to hear all the cheers from the crowd.
Ryan Rio, pinch hitting for Clayton Keys. Bases loaded, 2 out, takes the first pitch inside.
Fans are on their feet, standing on the bleachers. They're so excited for this moment.
For those who don't know, Ryan Rio was diagnosed with myocarditis back in mid-June. I'm assuming was recently cleared by doctors to play, and he pops that one foul. It's 1-1.
He's also getting married this weekend.
He is 4 days away from his wedding. The hometown kid in 8 games this year hit .448, had 4 home runs and 10 RBI. Swings and misses at that pitch. It's 1-2. Struck out 5 times in 29 at-bats in the regular season. Florentino deals. Foul tip into the glove. Rio strikes out. Florentino barks back at the Baycats direction after a huge strikeout, stranding the bases loaded. And we head to the 9th inning, still tied at 4 with the series on the line. Game 5 of the IBL quarterfinals. You're watching Baycats TV.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend. The Collingwood Brewery at 10 Sanford Fleming, producing delicious lagers, ales, and seltzers since 2014. The proud home of the Baycats Brew. Check out their retail shop and tap room and select products at the LCBO, beer store, and grocery stores. Cheers and go Baycats!
We head to the 9th inning, still tied at Athletic Kulture Stadium, 4-4, Barrie and Toronto. After a scoreless inning from Braden Pakla, new pitcher in the game for Barrie is Carlos Sano.
The only thing Sano was saying before the game was that he's not used to this weather. He said he doesn't know how he feels about pitching in the 15 degrees. I don't think it'll be much of a problem for him, though.
And getting Carlos Sano to talk is difficult in its own right, let alone getting a pitch in this chilly weather, not used to it being Dominican. But it's that playoff feel, obviously. Starting to feel more like fall with every day. Sunset, getting later. Spencer Ross steps in. He's 0 for 3. First pitch is up high. Long look in here from Sano. Long delay. He deals. It's up high again. There is action in the Maple Leafs bullpen yet again. It's Greg Carrington, the right-hander. He pitched in last night's game at Christie Pitts.
As well as action in the Barrie bullpen.
Meanwhile, James Anderson now playing right field after Ryan Rio pinch hit for Clayton Keys. That one a called strike. Sano got the save. Two-1. He popped out of play by Ross. Sano got the save, in last night's game at Christie Pitts.
It also looks like it might be Adam Kahn warming up in the Barrie bullpen.
Pitched in game 2. Two here on Ross, and the fans getting behind Sano.
Still a full crowd here as well. No one's cleared out yet.
2-2, it's in the dirt. Spencer Ross works this count full. He's done a great job getting on base this year. Walked more than he struck out. 27 walks to 26 strikeouts in the regular season, hitting .257. Hitting .091 coming in tonight in the in the postseason. The 3-2 poked out to right field, slicing towards the line. It's a foul ball.
James Anderson making the dash for that ball.
Yeah, testing the legs of the new outfielder early. First game appeared in the playoffs for James Anderson. Looks like two arms going for Toronto in their bullpen. I believe Adam Mara is the left-hander. Another 3-2, Sano to Spencer Ross. Ground ball right side, foul again. Sano's peppered in with fastballs. Ross still late on them. Long look in here from Sano. Spencer Ross awaiting. The tension building here at Athletic Kulture Stadium. And it's called time on the part of Ross.
Yeah, earlier in this game, you saw in the Leafs dugout, a lot of people sitting. Now everyone's on their feet, similar to the Baycats dugout as well. Tensions are high.
Everyone's locked in for this ninth inning. 3-2, fouled off by Ross. With this game tied heading into the ninth, this ball game could be a one-inning game. Whoever wins the next inning wins the series. And
that could truthfully be anyone's game.
Dan Mara on deck, Ryan Dos Santos to follow. But first, a 3-2 pitch to Spencer Ross yet again. Sano kicks and deals. Called strike 3! Big strikeout for Carlos Sano. It's brought to you by IMP North. That's the first out of the top of the ninth.
Spencer Ross was very confused with that call.
Obviously not a fan of the call. It must have just caught that outside part of the plate. Sano the beneficiary. This is Dan Mara. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He gets a first pitch called strike. The 0-1, it's in the dirt. See Adam Odd creeping in there at third base.
It's getting a bit breezy out here as well.
Hasn't moved the flags much out in right field, but any of the fans could feel it, that's for sure.
Benitez taking out someone in the stands. Giving them a free ball, though. All cheers.
Carlos Sano, 1-1 to Dan Mara. It's up and in.
Everybody clap your hands.
Here's the 2-1. That one just misses up. And Sano is looking at a 3-1 here against Mara. Long look in. Sano kicks and deals. That's a called strike. Toronto hitters working the pitch count of Carlos Sano up right away. 2 full counts to start this ninth. Three-two on the ground to short. Brandon Hernandez has got a tough throw, and it's over the head of Macabrota and off the fence behind first base.
The second time that's kind of happened in this game so far. It's very uncharacteristic for him.
4th error for Barrie in this game, the 2nd for Brandon Hernandez, and Toronto has a base runner in the 9th. Sano can still get out of this with a double play. It's Ryan Dos Santos up. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. Had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Zach Lamprey pinch running for Dan Mara at first base. Adam Odd playing shallow at third. First pitch of Dos Santos is in.
The energy's completely shifted in here. Right before Sano goes to pitch, it's dead silent in here. You could hear a pin drop.
That's that playoff tension. Sano, the look over at Lamprey. Extends his lead slightly. Doesn't go. The pitch to Dos Santos is a called strike.
No one any longer warming up in the Barrie bullpen.
Carlos Sano can go a couple innings. Pitched one yesterday. 1-1. Fly ball, left field. Tristan Clark has a beat on it, and he makes the catch. 2 down here in the ninth.
Running at first for Mara is number 11, Zach Lantoya. The designated hitter, number 77, John Javier.
So I'll bring up John Javier, 0 for 4 with a strikeout. As we mentioned earlier, was the most productive Maple Leaf offensively in those first couple games, but a little bit cold here in the last couple. Lamprey leads at first. Gets a look from Sano. Sano deals. There's a fly ball left field, shallow. It's going to be Brandon Hernandez making the catch to end the inning. Barrie strands one, and they have a chance to walk it off and advance in the bottom of the ninth inning. 4-4, Toronto and Barrie in Game 5 of the IBL quarterfinals. You're watching Baycats TV.
I'm Chrissy Fans from 400 Chrysler and Barrie Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This year, we are the community partners of the Barrie Baycats. Community is near and dear to our hearts here at the dealerships and one of our core values, so we can support local and shop local.
Visit Alliance Billiards and Sports in the northeast end of Barrie. A fun, friendly family environment offering pool, darts, karaoke, and live entertainment. Enjoy a large variety of delicious food and drinks on the patio. You'll come as a stranger and leave as a friend.
The ninth inning is sponsored by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca.
Julius, Hern, Matty Gale, our entire Baycats TV crew with you, and fans here at Athletic Kulture Stadium are in for one of two things. One of the most exciting finishes they've ever seen in person, or utter heartbreak. 4-4 between Toronto and Barrie, Game 5 of the IBL quarterfinals. New pitcher in the ballgame for Toronto is right-hander Greg Carrington.
Yeah, and I mean, look at these fans, too, on their feet.
Carrington pitched 2/3 scoreless in last night's game and only faced 2 batters. This gets the top of the order to start off this ninth inning in this 4-4 tie. Noel McGarry-Doyle takes the first pitch strike on the low part of the zone. Barrie getting to their 5th time through the order. McGarry-Doyle sees that one low for ball 1. Carrington deals, it's up and away. See Ryan Dos Santos, he's playing shallow at third. We saw Noel McGarry-Doyle bunt his last time up. Two 2-1. Call the strike, a change up there from Carrington. Looks like Adam Mara still warming up in that Maple Leafs bullpen and in a hurry.
Yeah, no one in the Barrie one.
That one in the dirt. Ball hits something, but obviously it's the glove of Justin Mara. Account is full. McGarry Doyle, one for two. Walk and a sacrifice and a run scored. 3-2 from Carrington. Broken bat up the middle. Mara has to backhand it. The throw into first. Not in time. The dive in from Noel McGarry Doyle, and the leadoff runner is on.
The shortstop, number 11, Brandon Hernandez.
But McGarry Doyle is that player that always seems to, in those clinch positions, pull through for the team.
Beats out the ground ball to second base, and you got to imagine if that bat didn't break, he might not have made it to first safely. Gets jammed a little bit by Carrington on that 3-2 pitch. The entire Baycats roster seemingly at the rail for this at-bat by Brandon Hernandez. Dos Santos in at third. He shows bunt. Can't get it down. The appeal to third. No swing.
Some are even over the railing.
Clayton Keys above the top step. So is Ryan Rio. So is Brad Grieveson. Francisco Hernandez on deck. Nolan Macabrota behind him. That pitch is behind Hernandez and skips up on the backstop. McGarry Doyle up into scoring position. You gotta wonder if this crowd is rattling Carrington a little bit.
I will say, too, I feel like a lot of the games that we've seen Barrie go into that 9th inning, a lot of the times they come through successful.
Last time he pitched in Barrie was July 4th of last year. 2-0. Bunt gets down from Hernandez. Carrington the play. On to first. The throw is high. And not off the bag goes Castaldo. Nobody out. The winning run 90 feet away. Castaldo just an inch or so off the bag, having to come out and make that play. And the Maple Leafs infield's going to gather around here. And Rob Butler will join them. Discussion in front of the Baycats dugout as well between Andrew White and Josh Matlow. Francisco Hernandez due up. The Maple Leafs don't care about that runner on first. They care about McGarry Doyle at third.
I would not want to be in the position of any of these Leafs players right now.
The entire Maple Leafs infield in. Dennis Day-Banning in center field playing relatively shallow. And they're going to intentionally walk Francisco Hernandez here to face Nolan Macabrota.
The first baseman, number 20, Nolan Macabrota.
By the way, that play with Brandon Hernandez scored a base hit. Toronto still errorless in this game. This is Nolan Macabrota. 0 for 4 in this game with an RBI. With one hit in the series, a deep fly ball or a base hit could end it. First pitch is low. Series on the line here for Toronto. Nobody out. The pitch from Carrington. There's a deep fly ball. Center field. It's going to get down, and the Baycats will walk it off. is your hero. And an unlikely series comeback for the Barrie Baycats, who walk off the Toronto Maple Leafs by a score of 5-4.
I told you at the beginning, I said if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Nolan Macabrota. I was right. What a high tensions game though, but I'm excited to see what the Baycats can do in the next round of playoffs.
And what ends up being an instant classic. Game 5 of the first round in this 400 rivalry. The Barrie Baycats come out on top. They play a little bit of small ball in that 9th inning. Noel McGarry-Doyle scoring the winning run. And the Baycats will advance to play the Hamilton Cardinals in the IBL semifinals. What a finish. For Matty Gale, our producer Brian Backland, I'm Julius Hern. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We will see you Game 1 of the IBL semifinals right here from Barrie against the Hamilton Cardinals. So long.